Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make this drone footage in Blender. Traditionally, we use camera animations, but that lacks physics, motion, and weight. All the files necessary for you to follow along are linked in the description, so feel free to check them out. This tutorial is based on a video by Polyfjord. He makes amazing Blender tutorials, and if you want a better understanding of how this all works, you should definitely check out his video after mine. I'm going to show you the basic setup on how you can make the shot, and you can use this however you want. Once we are in Blender, as always, just delete everything. Press Shift-A and add a Bezier curve. Tab into Edit mode and select one of the vertices. You can move the vertex and make a path for the camera to follow. Ideally, make a path with more curves, turns, and height differences so that it resembles the path of a drone. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave it simple like this. Next, let's create an empty for the point of interest. This is where our camera will be pointing to. You can scale it down and rename it to POI. To make the object follow the curve, we'll add a follow path constraint and select the Bezier curve as the target. If we move the offset slider, we'll see the object following the curve. The offset value can be changed from 0 to 100 or the other way depending on the direction. Now, press Shift-A and add a camera. Press N to open the side toolbar and change all the rotation values to 0. This ensures the camera is centered. To make the camera look at the point of interest, select the camera, add a track to constraint. Set the target to the POI. Now the camera is always pointing towards it. Keyframe the offset slider on frame 1, then go to frame 400s, or adjust to 200 for speed and keyframe it again. If the camera is too slow or fast, tweak the frames. Also, change the interpolation from Bezier to linear. Select your object and go to Physics Properties and apply a force field. Then, press Shift-A and add a cube. This will help us use Blender's amazing rigid body tools. Scale it down. To make it less visible, go to the cube's object properties, viewport display, and set it to wire. Now, move the cube to the point of interest. Make sure you're on frame 1, then select the POI. Press Shift-S and choose Cursor to Selected. Then select the cube, Shift-S again, and choose Selection to Cursor. Do the same for the camera. Now all three objects are at the same point. Select the camera, then the cube. Right-click and parent it to the cube. This way, the cube's movement will control the camera. Move the cube slightly back, and the camera will still point toward the POI. Select the POI and go to Physics Properties, set Strength to 100 and Flow to 1. Press play and the camera will be thrown away because we added a positive force field. Change it to a negative value, like -200, to attract the camera. If the camera still drifts away, it's because gravity is enabled. Go to Scene Properties and disable gravity. Now the camera gets attracted to the POI. If the force feels too strong, adjust the value. For better visualization, I am going to add a plane. Now you can clearly see the camera pointing at and following the POI. Tweak the strength and keyframes until the motion feels right. I've done my part. And you can see the camera follows the POI perfectly. For the environment, you can use any photoscans or free 3D models online. I found a warehouse model on Sketchfab and linked it in the description. Let's see the inside. Ooh, this looks good, but to get realistic results, change your engine to cycles under Render Properties. Set it to GPU and choose your sample count. I'm using 256. Turn on denoising too. If your scene looks dark, go to World Settings and switch the color to Sky Texture. You can tweak it later. The camera is still inside the cube, so go to the cube's visibility settings and uncheck camera. Now let's preview the scene. It may look janky, but after adding motion blur and rendering it out, it'll look amazing. I created a sample scene using 3D assets and an animated path, and I think it looks really good. If you add some motion blur and the kind of analog noise you see in FPV devices, it'll look even better. The key is using high-quality 3D models. You can see how this can be really powerful. I used a 1:1 aspect ratio to match FPV camera feeds, but you can change it depending on whether you're posting to vertical or horizontal platforms. To add realistic noise, go to Render Properties, Guy Advanced Key, and click the clock icon. That randomizes noise per frame. Turn on motion blur as well, and use the slider to control the strength. Render a frame and go to the Compositing tab. Press Ctrl plus Shift and click the render layer to preview. Add a glare node to mimic the overexposure common in FPV cameras. Use bloom or fog glow and lower the threshold. Then, add a lens distortion node and set distortion to 0.01 and dispersion to 0.01. To mimic video compression, add a filter node, change it to diamond sharpen, and plug it in. Once that's done, render it all out, and you're good to go. Here's a bonus tip not found in Polyfjord's video. Sound design is key to making any render realistic. You can either use existing FPV audio or recreate the flight profile in an FPV simulator. That's what I used, and it yields the most accurate results. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.